this. Okay. Why is it so slow? Okay, there we go. Okay, I wanted to come back with part 2 about incubuses and succubuses. And one of the things that really bothered me was a video that I saw where somebody was saying that um some people, like people, are incubuses and succubuses, and from my expert opinion, a person that is of flesh and blood cannot be an incubus or a succubus. So you can't have like an ex-husband or an ex-wife or a baby daddy or a baby mama that is an actual incubus or succubus, okay? Incubuses and succubuses are they are interdimensional beings. They are not necessarily here in the physical. Now, they can possess people. They can be attached to people. But they cannot be a person in your life. No. That's so, I feel like this is really important for me to talk about this before I get on the rest of my series about this, okay? Another thing, they cannot make and breed babies with people. They cannot do that. They're like I don't like it when the spiritual community does that, because I've been doing what I do professionally for over a decade, and this is something that should be taken seriously, okay? However, the incubuses and the succubuses can attach to children. They can attach to unborn children. They can attach to anybody to feed off of them, okay? They're very sneaky, and they're very conniving, and they're very tricky, because they will have you thinking all of these thoughts that are not true. In fact, I know for a fact that their sneaky selves make up a lot of very harmful thought forms that, just lead people into, places of destruction. And, so I think I can wrap part 2 up. What they can do is they can cause confusion to the point where there are a lot of people who will misidentify themselves to them. Like I said in part 1, I think I don't enjoy their sexuality. It doesn't match anything that I would be interested in. In fact, when it comes to sex, I like the good old-fashioned stuff. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm saying. Okay. I like the good old-fashioned stuff. You know what I'm saying? Sex is supposed to be healing. Sex is, especially as a witch, there's such thing as sex magic, and it is very magical. And, so in fact, the experience, and I've never called upon a succubus or an incubus at all as a partner. I've never done that. No. The experiences that I had with them was like severe damage to my entire mind, body, and spirit. I'm sorry, I'm getting over a cold, and like, it's literally no joke. It literally is no joke. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. Again, like I said, some of them, a very select few, can be allies, but it would depend on how evolved that incubus and that succubus is. I think if you just know that you don't want to be encountered by them, then there's certain things that you need to have. Now, some of us incubuses and succubuses have been harassing us since we were kids. One thing I can tell you is that I feel they don't like us. I don't feel like a genuine love from them. I feel like they're very harmful to people, in particular witches. I don't feel like they are doing us any favors. Honestly, the air, the fire, the water, the earth is doing us more service than they could ever, and they are not that. So there was a game plan, definitely, that my spirit team created, because when it's, my spirit guides, they will send me a message 10 years ago, and then I'll just get it right at the right time, at the time that I'm supposed to get it at the time. So, the way to eradicate them is pretty hunky-dory, okay? And it's not too expensive. However, what is expensive possibly could be fixing your life, your reality, your health after they have been attacking and feeding off of you. And then, they do a lot more. This is a demon that the astral is very abundant in. And yeah, they are there in abundance, and they do a lot. They do certain assignments. They cause a lot of arguments. They cause a lot of discord and chaos. And they just do a lot of mean things. And so I wanted to come and make that clear to a lot of you guys, in particular, because I have been offering my clients what I call a spiritual husband or a spiritual wife. We are not talking about succubuses and incubuses. I am a witch. I am a creator. We're talking about more of a servitor, so to speak. I'm still going to call it spiritual wife or spiritual husband. I'm not going to let incubuses and succubuses take that away from us. I'm not going to let them take that word away from us, because when you hear about stuff like that, you hear about the incubus and the succubuses being the spiritual wives and husbands. Well, no, you're creating your spiritual wives or husbands to help you and even to lead you to the right lover. Okay? And I've seen how amazing they are. So I wanted to give that disclaimer, and I'll probably talk more about that in part 3. It's like 12:30 at night, and I'm ready to relax. We'll talk about that more tomorrow. I'll see you guys next time. Make sure that y'all like, share, follow, subscribe. Bye.